Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And Angel Light Over Darkness is making me laugh. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Yes Michelle Crochets, incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us for many months now. And they have to be excited because they're very close to their 1,000 subscribers at 965 right now. They're likely going to have that in no time, likely within a week or two, if not even sooner. And Yes Michelle Crochets is somebody who's here with us frequently, almost every stream lately. I know not everybody can be here every time we stream, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we're here, because I move the days and times around so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. But I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Of course, I know some of our friends just come by to say hello, give a thumbs up, and we've got a few friends that run the stream in the background when they can't be chatting, and I appreciate all of that. So Yes Michelle Crochets is going to bring us crochet in just about every video, but a lot of motivation, inspiration, and they will share their YouTube journey as well, so that their fellow YouTube creators, all of us, can learn from their journey as well. So I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into a special playlist I have. I call it my catch-up list. It's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And this creator as well has got shorts on their channel. These have gotten into 300 views on one of them, which is great to see. As they post more and more, they'll likely grow, and a lot more will move as usual with all of our YouTube content. The thing I like, one of the things I like the most about YouTube, and saw this 8 years ago, right before I started, was the idea that all of the work we're doing today on our channels, in our videos, streams, shorts, and everything else helps the work that we did yesterday and is going to help the work that we do tomorrow. There's a lot of evergreen content here. Yes Michelle Crochets as well is going to do a lot of live streaming, and they are doing this fairly frequently, usually a couple times a week. So hopefully we'll catch them. I caught them last week. Hopefully we'll get another one soon. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, and making sure we catch as much of each other's content as possible. And then we know that Yes Michelle Crochets is also monetized, so lots of ways to support them when we get to their channel, including super chats and memberships, of course. And then I see the Bud Files coming in. I've got them on the wheel with Mel Runs Things, along with Butler Family Farm and Angel Light Over Darkness. But Angel, just please let me know if you're still here. I'll drop a message in the chat because she might have gone already. And then Coastal Water is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel. What I'm doing here is adding members to the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. But I'm going to add names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, if that makes sense. It's always based on who's most active. Oh, and then, yeah, Just Jason, Keto, and more. Sometimes we sign up for YouTube channels, but then don't post a video for a while. But anything could be wrong or a glitch or anything like that. Just Jason, Keto, and more is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. He's up on the top of the wheel with Scratch and Pete PA, Michael's Adventures, and Canadian Canadian Family Life. Tiffany, I don't know how I missed your video a couple of days ago. I just noticed the post in our group today. One of the things that I do here is have an Instagram group with moderators, so that, you know, they could get a hold of me if they need to in the middle of a stream, or if something's up during the week, and, you know, we share things amongst ourselves. But it's something that I would recommend for anybody, you know, who, especially if you're going to do live streams and things like that, where you rely on moderators, to have somewhere where everybody can kind of keep in touch, because you'll be surprised of the extra support that you get from each other by doing little things like that. And then I know we've got a lot more friends with us. Tim Mitchell and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. We're early in the door. Matt and Mouse is here about that wallet is in the house. Yoli Motivates, I think, is brand new today. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. And then Rachel Howard, it's good to see you back. Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is here, and she was over in Michael's Adventures premiere earlier as well. R&B Roaming, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. As a matter of fact, we're going to look at your channel next just because of that.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Chocolate Drop is in the house. Cali King 916 from Sacramento is here. Lucy Grace 56 was early in the door as well, and Coker Culture might still be here. I appreciate everybody being here. Of course, I don't mean to miss anybody. And So Terry's been here for a little while already today. And then Berdazzle is in the house. It's good to see you here. I like the name of that channel. What we're going to do right now is look at R&B Roaming. Now, you don't have to super chat or be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen. Sometimes it is a very long wait, but we're going to be here for 3 hours. We got lots of time to connect with each other, lots of time to put channels on the screen. This might sound very odd to anybody who's brand new in Tuber Chat or only been here once or twice, but I promise you, putting channels on the screen is the least important part about what we do here. I'm just here to talk for 3 hours, and the best idea we have is to put channels on the screen and talk about them while we're here. But the magic of this channel happens in the chat. That's literally why it's called Tuber Chat. The idea is that we're connecting with other creators, building friendships, which happens faster than you think, but takes a little bit of time. And what that does is give your channel a solid and strong foundation of true supporters who care about you, your content, your channel, and your journey. And you will find that your friends will be favoring you along the way, truly rooting you on. They'll be there when you need them, because we all need them from time to time. We have to admit that. And this is what will ensure the idea that every video eventually gets 10 views, eventually gets 50 views, eventually gets 100 views. And I promise you, if you're not there yet, it's a wonderful feeling when you get to the idea of knowing that you can put out a video and be guaranteed 100 views in the first day. Some people get to a point eventually here where they get to 1,000 views for every video every time they put one out, and it's wonderful to see. We can cheer each other on, and I promise you the journey is as enjoyable as the goals along the way. Intrepid's good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Give Two Pineapples some love. Yes, you want to forgive me, I knew I was going to get into story time, but you know, something happened today. As a matter of fact, Lou, which is half of Two Pineapples, it's Lou and Anna, they're a married couple, of course, in Hawaii. Lou literally reached out to me today because I let everybody know a couple of weeks ago that I've got a new job that had just started a few days ago, and it's going well. I think I'm gonna like it. It's a different thing for me because I've been self-employed my whole life, but I've taken a full-time real job now, if you want to call it that, one of those Monday to Friday 9 to 5 things. And Lou literally got in touch with me today to see how the first week had gone. And this is what I mean about friendships. Lots of other creators have offered, you know, to give encouragement along the way. And I know it's only been a couple of weeks, I said, but a few people reached out, you know, in different places, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, or whether it's here in other people's chats and things like that, to ask, how was your first day? How was your first week? And things like that. And thank you, Butler Family Farm. But like I said, it's going well. But that's a personal story. But I bet you that every person in this chat that's had their YouTube channel for longer than a few months has probably got something like like this, where somebody that you didn't know before you started cares to know about what's happening with you and roots you on with the positivity as much as everything else. So it's it's a not bad job, very different from anything I've ever done, but enjoyable either way. So we'll see. It's going to take literally a month to be trained because there's a lot to learn, but it's fine. And then thank you to Mitchell for that. They say, and this is what I mean. Thank you everybody for the encouragement. And and don't feel bad about not like saying anything already, because most people would know I would probably say something, and a lot of us do that. We share our lives in behind our channels and things like this. But I do appreciate all the encouragement from everybody, because I hadn't been working for a while full time. And like I said, I'm always self-employed, so I've always got something going on. But I left in a roundabout sort of way a full-time gig last year unexpectedly, and then just picked this up right now. But it looks like it's going to be a good run for a while, so we'll see. But thank you everybody again for the kind words. Rambling with the Brooms from Ottawa area, good to see you in the house. About that wallet, good to have you in the house as well. And I know I said hello to About That Wallet earlier. I hope you caught that. I know you're here earlier. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I know that we have a channel. It might be brand new. Forgive me if I'm wrong, and I hope I pronounce it the right way. But Travel with Josie Ann, is that right? And then just please correct me if I'm wrong so I can pronounce your channel name properly. And then thank you, Canadian Family Life. Again, I don't know how I missed your video a couple days ago. I saw it right before we started here. And then thank you, Scratch and PPA as well. He, is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years on YouTube. But he's just letting everybody know about the new episode of the interview series that we've got. And I know a lot of people enjoy the channel Curmudgeon Alaska, but Rob was gracious enough to share his knowledge with us and talk about his journey, where the channel's exploded. They're almost at 50,000 subscribers now. Galacticness, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Timmy the Racing Channel, good to have you here. They've been here just about every day lately. And then, Rambling with the Brooms has been an official member, 40 months. My goodness, far beyond 3 years. It's hard to believe it, but Superchat's been here for 5 years now as a channel. I was on a couple years before we started this one, but I'm glad that we have this community where we can rely on each other. And anybody's free to reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most time, and Twitter some of the time as well. R&B Roaming, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They're fairly new here in the Superchat family, just having been here a couple of times now. But 1,300 subscribers they've got, and I see that they're posting fairly frequently. I'm just going to grab the latest video. This one happens to be a highlight from a live stream, and that's a really cool feature that I don't talk about very often here. It's been coming up a little bit more lately. I notice a few people using the feature, but when you're streaming on YouTube, there are certain circumstances, I believe it's just when you're using either the YouTube app or YouTube on the web, but there's a button you can click, and the second you hit that button, tap or click that button, you are able to have a highlight cut automatically by YouTube that comes out as an unlisted video, including 5 minutes up to that moment, if that makes any sense. So the use case that would be most enjoyable for that is if you were doing a live stream and something really cool or engaging happens. As soon as you hit that button, it cuts that 5-minute video, so you caught what just happened. That was good to see or fun to see or however we want to look at that. So I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've got for this. I'm still learning about the channel. They've got some information on their about section. This is Bonnie, and navigating their life and sharing that with us, which is great. When we look at shorts on this channel, a lot of outdoor content here, getting into 1,100 and 1,200 views on a couple of these, and then quite a bit of live streaming as well. It seems that they're live streaming very frequently, usually more than once a week. So I'm hoping to catch you for one of these. I've got notifications on for every single channel. All of us do. And then Home by Design with Marilyn. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. CNS Travel is also here.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Yeah, so about that wallet, that's a great question, and thank you for asking. So I'll ask everybody here for a favor right now, but if you happen to notice that that feature comes up on a streaming platform that you're using, whether it's Restream or Streamlabs or using one of the mobile apps like Prism and things like that, please let me know, because I haven't seen them yet. When I do outdoor live streaming, most often I use Streamlabs myself. I've been using it for years and I really like it, so I'm used to it and this and that. They just made some changes, and I've done a few live streams recently just with the YouTube app itself. But I would love to know if anybody sees that feature get baked in to StreamYard or Streamlabs or anything else at all, so that we can share that information here. I often like to try different platforms so that I can know how they work, and then we can talk about them here. But I do a bit of that stuff myself outside of Tuber Chat as well anyway. Elfish Tanks, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I am Betty J. Gathers, is another beloved and dedicated moderator and member. I've got them on the wheel. We put R&B roaming up a moment ago because they dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we get back to spinning the wheel, which I did. Scratch and PPA came up pretty early this time. So we'll have a look at his content in a quick second. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And that's interesting. Yeah, just Jason Keto points out, this is one thing that's important. StreamYard, which is something that that I've used in the past here in Tuber Chat for either special editions or our first few dozen episodes. And I use it for our interviews. It records the whole interview. What is really cool about the paid version, anyway, I don't know if the free version offers it, but the paid version of StreamYard allows you to have the video as you have recorded it, even though you're usually doing a live stream. And then it also gives you each individual participant's separate camera and microphone so that you can throw them into editing software and chop a video, which is a really cool feature. I haven't utilized that. I just post the recordings as we do them. I cut out the dead space in the middle, but you can do a lot with that, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what creators come up with those features. I am Betty J. Gathers also has been a member for 40 months. We talked about this on her channel because I did an interview, if you want to call it that, with I am Betty J. Gathers a few months ago, and it was around the Christmas season, and it was more of a friendly conversation, of course. I am Betty J. Gathers has been with us pretty much from the beginning, so I've known her now about 4.5 years, as you can see. And she made an interesting point. If I remember what she said correctly, she said that she had become a member the first time she got into this channel. That happens occasionally. Usually what happens is people are with you for a few weeks or a few months before they become a member. And we see both situations everywhere out in the YouTube streets and here in this stream as well. But I appreciate all the extra generous support either way. And, I like to say it's absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And you'll notice that there's a little bit of a hint there. Scratch and PPA is in our stream boss position. That's the video game life meter under my camera there. That's from the last stream. He dropped a super chat, which I appreciated, of course. But what happens is every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message, which we've just seen from I am Betty J. Gathers and Rambling with the Brooms, those knock life off of that stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel, as you can see. But the hint there is that the highlighted milestone messages are actually a free bonus for anybody who's a paid member on channels where the feature is enabled. The host has to enable it if they want it. But I leave those on here, and it's a really cool idea because sometimes we have creators that drop those highlighted milestone messages and take over the stream boss position. So we'll talk more about that if we need to when it comes up. If anybody needs me to elaborate on anything, then by all means, please just say anything at all, and I'll be happy to. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in chat. I was looking for that response from Josie Ann. I asked a question, and then I wasn't watching for the answer there. I'll scan the chat for another quick second here, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody or anything anybody meant for me to see. If I did, just please mention it again or add 3 thumbs up to your question or comment, and I'll try to grab that. And forgive me, Josie Ann, if you responded to me about how to pronounce your channel name, I missed it. Are you locked in? Good to see you back in the house. But I say those things because I want to pronounce everybody's channel name the way that they want it pronounced. And then Tim Mitchell, so StreamYard is the one that records everything. If you start getting into things like OBS or Streamlabs desktop like I use, you're able to get a lot more functionality, and so we can record there as well. Kyle's Vlogs, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. We got Scratch and Pete PA on the screen right now. This creator, I mentioned already, as one of the most supportive that I've met in my now 8 years on YouTube. And this creator has been with Superchat almost from the beginning. When you think about the idea that we've actually done 835 live streams, he's been here for probably 800 of them, pretty close to it. And for the entirety of those streams. Now, again, I know not everybody can be, but it just goes to show how unbelievably supportive Pete is here in the Superchat family. I couldn't tell you how many comments we get on the channel that are literally addressed to Pete or to Kevin and Pete, because he's so integral to the operation here. But he cares deeply about the YouTube journey, those of us in the Superchat family, and his own community, of course. I'll talk about his content in a quick second here. And then Fuzzy Adventures and More is working on a second channel there. Home by Design with Marilyn, thank you so much for the membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And as a member, I'm adding you to the wheel right away. We always add members as soon as we see them in the chat. And then, pardon me, I need just a second, and then I'll be right back here. All day,
for anybody that's brand new today in our...
Pardon me, all day today I wasn't thinking about my voice, and on days when we do Tuber Chat, what I usually do is make sure that throughout the day I have a few hot beverages or something. Sometimes I'll have like one of those cup of soup things at lunch, or I'll have coffee usually in the morning, or hot chocolate, which I don't like to admit, but I do. And what that does with a combination of hot and cold is seems to soothe the throat a little bit, so we can get through 3 hours of nonstop talking. And then Timmy the Racing Channel, I don't have any questions right now, but I am looking forward to seeing what you've been coming up with on your channel. That's a longtime friend that's just recently reset and restarted their channel. Scratch and Pete PA is somebody who posts with perfect consistency. This creator's been working on the Scratch Challenge series of videos for almost 4.5 years now. What he does is pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart and makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And I'm perplexed right now because I'm thinking, like, did I not watch Scratch and Pete PA's video on Tuesday? I couldn't watch the video. I couldn't be there for the premiere, but I can't believe that I haven't gone over it yet. So forgive me, and I'm going to put that into my actually watch later list right now to make sure I get to that. I try to be in Pete's premieres every Tuesday, and what you're going to find is if you can catch us in one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than what we've got here, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Hilda DC, Garden State Gardener, and a few others. So it makes it really fast-paced, high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. You will meet a lot of friends over there. All of our moderators allow and encourage everybody to connect in their premieres and live streams the same way we do here. So Scratch and PPA as well has presentation at the forefront of his mind. You can see that because his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, which feature, of course, the lottery tickets and a hint, pardon me, about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that, and then his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video almost 4.5 years ago. Actually, it is beyond 4.5 years ago now. It's almost 5 years ago. When we look at his channel, we also see that, first of all, he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He's working on 2,500 subscribers as well. When we look at shorts on his channel, we see that he took a trip to Italy a couple of summers ago and brought us some vlogging style shorts, which gave us a look at all the different areas he visited. And I keep saying it, but I think that's going to become a trend now. Like by next year, we'll have seen a lot of creators come up with this, because now we can do shorts up to 3 minutes long, right? Quite an expansion. Then Scratch and PPA brought us his very first live stream from that trip to Italy as well. I was lucky enough to have been there for that one, and I know a lot of people will be excited to know that he's expanded the content on his channel. So I hope everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. We'll get him a little closer to that 2,500. And like I said, he is not only a incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here, but most people who have already met Scratch and PPA through YouTube will say he's one of their most supportive creators as well. Butler Family Farm is sniping that stream boss position that I was talking about. They dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at their channel right away.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then thank you, Timmy, the Racing Channel. I'm going to look for your question after the stream today. And then thank you very much, Scratch and PPA, for catching that, because I missed it again. Pardon me, we got to go quickly. I'm going to take a 3.5 minute break. We'll be right back.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Superchat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as, when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap, whatever it is.
There you go.
You know, and so that I've put back in, because remember, I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that, I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Mod6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure.
Hopefully, everybody's enjoying those interview clips. Those are videos that are now on the Tuber Chat channel. There are 5 episodes posted. A 6th one has already been recorded. It will be coming soon, and they're extremely informative. We call them interviews, but they're really friendly conversations with myself and our guests. They've all been longtime friends of us here in Tuber Chat. They're going through all the same things we are, but they have passed their 10,000 subscribers, so they generously share their knowledge so that we can move a little bit faster as well. And it's interesting because when we look at the idea of a voice down under in the chat, brand new, and thank you by the way today, but talking about taking a year to get to 1,000, yes, I promise you, I've been on YouTube now for beyond 8 years. And I didn't start with my own channel. I started by running somebody else's channel, and then I started my own a year ago, and I've run many during that time, and now I've let them all go. But when we first started, the very first channel that I ran took 6 months to get 100 subscribers, and the owner of the channel had to literally sit on the phone for half an hour with a friend of 20 years to basically beg them to click the subscribe button just to get that 100. So we've come a long way, and it certainly is not easy, but I can tell you that it's easier today than it has been, at least in that time. YouTube's gone through a lot of changes and things like that. But thank goodness we have a community like this now. Everybody's so supportive to each other that people are, recommending friends to each other after they've connected and everything else. So we see everybody growing. And I know that it doesn't seem as easy as I'm saying, right? It takes time. But like I said, it's faster than ever. We're watching channels get monetized. My belief is anybody that wants to get monetized can, as long as they're using their powers for good and not evil. So I'm talking about the 99%, let's say. And then, forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. We had quite a few channels come through, some brand new as well. And then Lola the Crafting Sister, am I pronouncing that properly? I think so, right? It's a play on sister, if I'm understanding. But it's good to have you here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I waved to a few creators in the chat. Yoli Motivates picked up a gifted membership today from Tim Mitchell, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. And thank you for that. Tim Mitchell is an overly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And they're the producer of the channel Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, as well as they've got a third channel. I'll show you those in another moment, because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. What we're going to talk about right now is Butler Family Farm. And Jerry and Susan together are the couple behind this channel, and they're here with us for just about every stream. They have been for a long time. Another couple of overly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. The reason why I say that, there's a lot of generosity in this community, and I would like to think that everybody, here is going to do as much for each other as we possibly can. It doesn't always come down to super chats and memberships and prizes and giveaways and everything else, but sometimes those things do happen. There's a lot of other ways that we can support each other. All of us as YouTube creators know that sharing is probably the best thing anybody can do for us, on top of the comments and the thumbs up and just showing up. Even if you can't be in a chat, even if you can't stay for hours, letting a stream run, running playlists for each other, and every moment that we watch really helps. Not everybody has things like super chats and memberships available to them, and something like postage or shipping and things like that can cost a fortune when we start to get into certain things. So not everybody can do giveaways and everything else as well. There's lots of ways to support each other, but you'll hear in the stories that I tell here about the generosity between creators. And when I say overly generous by Butler Family Farm, they've been friends of ours for years now. Like I said, they're here all the time. They meet up with lots of creators, and they have done a lot of different giveaways on their channel, things that are handmade a lot of the time. Jerry does a lot of work in the shop, and I've seen a bit of that, and he sent over a beautiful pen and pencil set, if you can imagine, made from wood, in his shop. And I had put it away before I moved out of my office a few months ago, and I've got it away in a box, not beside my desk again now. But it's just a tiny example of their generosity. RTC PC Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Rich Cat Ranch, forgive me, I know you were live today. I'm pretty sure you were live right before Tuber Chat, and I didn't catch you. I know Rambling with the Brooms is live right now. We'll check if they're still live after another 2.5 hours or so. We're going to be here for a while. And then, yeah, the tulips of Voice Down Under, those are meant to be our spring tulips. I try to change the membership badges once in a while. We're going to soon get around to officially summer, and then I'll have to come up with another idea. And then, yeah, Tim Mitchell says they won something last week. Lots of creators are doing lots of giveaways and things like that. That can be helpful. You just have to think about giveaways in a certain way. And forgive me, I didn't want to get into more story time, but I do have something that I think will be beneficial for everybody. Coach Sherry, good to see you here, by the way. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I was talking to a friend of mine who's aware of the Tuber Chat family and everything else. He understands like what I do on YouTube and everything, but he really doesn't do a lot of YouTube. I used to be a DJ in a past life, and I've got a lot of DJ friends, and Twitch is where the DJs really hang out. And some of these guys are doing a few things. They're doing really cool podcasts sometimes, not just music and all that, and they're talking to some influential people, some like music artists, some producers, some radio people, other DJs and things like this. And my friend was asking me about the idea of giveaways, and he was saying, yeah, you know, we've done giveaways, and you know, we give away $25 Amazon gift cards and things like that, but the audience isn't growing. And as much as I understand how much $25 can mean to anybody at all, at the same time, most people are going to be able to buy themselves an Amazon gift card. So it's hard to believe that anybody's going to show up. This is why I don't do that kind of thing here in Tuber Chat, because the value here comes from the friendships that are made. But if I started giving away $25 gift cards, I don't think the people who would be coming for the gift cards would be the same people that are connecting with each other and wanting to support each other's channels, if that makes sense. I'm not saying I'm right, but what I explained to my friend, I said, I do giveaways occasionally on Tuber Chat, and for those of you who've been with us literally for a couple of years or even 6 months, you've seen it. And you probably understand already the idea of giveaways on this channel. I've done them to reward as a thank you for the time that people have spent or been in the Tuber Chat family, not to try to get more viewers or more subscribers. Anybody who noticed that we did a giveaway on, let's say, episode 800 that just passed, pretty much understands we're not going to do one on episode 799, and we're not going to do one on episode 837. You know what I mean? It's not happening again, and I never said it was guaranteed either, so nobody knows whether we're going to do one on episode 900. That's not the reason people come here. So I know I'm dragging out the answer like I always do to this, dilemma, but I mentioned to my friend, I said, you want to give away $25 Amazon gift cards because you want more viewers. But if you can change the narrative there and say you want to reward your viewers with something of value to them because it benefits them, then maybe you'll find a little bit of the success that you're looking for. But we have to be careful with giveaways, because there's a lot of people out there who will just show up for the giveaways and they'll never come back if you're not doing one, kind of thing, So these are just ideas. Again, not saying I'm right. Never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, but we have to take consideration into these things. Are you truly giving value to other people, or are you hoping for more subscribers and viewers for your own channel? Because I promise you, if you give value to the people who are coming to your channel, they'll keep coming and they'll tell their friends. That's what I'd like to think we've been doing here for the last 5 years now. And then that got into a much longer speech than I expected, but I know Jerry and Susan will be happy for the extra screen time today. But like I said, they're overly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, so I've got a lot to talk about when I talk about their content. And then, balance. Balance is the best idea, Knight's Kale. That's Ghostly Wins, actually the creator who originally named my ketchup playlist that I use. And then, like playing games and doing trivia and this kind of thing, there's a lot of benefit to all sorts of things. You know what I mean? And giveaways, it's not, my speech doesn't have to do with whether people should or shouldn't do giveaways. That's up to every individual creator. But the point that I was hoping to come across was just the idea that my friend is talking about wanting more viewers and using giveaways to get more viewers, which is fine because it can work, but it wasn't working for them. And so I said, but your viewers don't need a $25 gift card from you. They could buy their own $25 gift card, right? If that's what they wanted from Amazon, because it doesn't relate to what you're doing. Whereas if you have giveaways or fun things that relate to your audience in some way, you might be able to use that kind of idea to make things grow. But you don't have to, I promise you. I've run channels that have brought in thousands of dollars a month that haven't done giveaways and things like that. It's not necessary. It's just it's a tactic or a strategy if you want to. And then thank you, Timmy, the racing channel. Rushing Wind Mountain is in the house. Crystal Dragon, Rita House of Creations. Good to have you here. And I get into such long tangents when I talk so much like this that I lose. I don't even remember how I got into that. My goodness, Butler Family Farm did just get over 1,500 videos. Look at that on their channel, between live streams and shorts and everything else. And thank you, Crystal Dragon. And so that's an idea, yeah, just Jason Keto. So forgive me, I don't want to do too long with the speeches, but I will give you another idea. A few years ago, most of you will remember, at least in North America, there was a thing called the Freedom Convoy. And this was a politically charged, newsworthy event that went on for about 3 weeks in Canada. I'm Canadian, so I was able to go. And so I was just doing YouTube there on my personal channel. Because it was on the world stage as news, and it was, so talked about and known every single day for those 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it was, I gained 7,000 subscribers from that, literally, in that 4 weeks, pretty much. And all but none of them come back. There are a handful. I could probably count on 1 or 2 hands how many people come back out of those 7,000 for the other content, because those viewers are looking for the next news story. And, that's probably never going to happen again in my lifetime in Canada, where something like that will, take the world stage, or, so I can't bet on that kind of thing. But I can tell you now that my personal channel with 10,000 subscribers performs like a channel with 2,000 or 3,000, because that's all the legitimate subscribers that there are. So when we mention the idea of we do giveaways and people come for the giveaways and never come back, that's something we have to consider, right? All the different ways that we grow our channels or promote our channels will have a price, right? And the price can be something that is beneficial, but the price can be something that we think is too expensive. And I'm not talking about money, because everything in life costs time, money, or effort, or energy, if we want to put it that way. But these are just ideas, right? And you have to think about, what do you want your channel to do? If you want to make $1,000 a month on YouTube with a channel with about 5,000 subscribers, I can show you how to do that. If you want to make $1,000 a month on YouTube with a channel with 70,000 subscribers, I can show you how to do that too. But, you think to yourself, how is that possible? How is a channel with 70,000 subscribers not even doing as well as a channel with 5,000? Let's just say, because there's different strategies, different viewers, different everything, and it all comes down to providing value. If you are providing value to your audience, you're going to get that value coming back to you. And again, these are just ideas, so forgive me, because I know I'm dancing all over the place now. Knights KO, thank you so much for the highlighted milestone message. They are another creator who cares deeply about the YouTube journey and their fellow YouTube creators. And my goodness, Starika. That's a long time friend. That's an interesting thought. And that, yeah, Coach Sherry, it's a long time ago. Longer than it felt like. And then Surviving Together has an interesting live stream coming up as well. And Knight's KO Ghostly Winds always has the most creative things to say about the Wheel of Doom. And thank you, CNS Travel, for another highlighted milestone message as well. They've been a member for quite some time now, getting on a year and a half. Butler Family Farm up on the screen for the last half hour. It's Jerry and Susan, but it's well deserved. And right before I talk about their content, I'm just going to add Day One Walks to the wheel. That's a longtime friend as well. They've got a channel called Day One Adventures that we've known for years also. When we look at Butler Family Farm, we see 116 acres of farmland, which means a lot of homesteading style content and a lot of livestock on this farm. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, and now soon koi. And Butler Family Farm will bring us all around the farm. They've got a lot of equipment to look at. Not everything goes right all the time. They show us what it takes to look after the farm, look after the equipment. Sometimes they make their own tools. Sometimes they bring us into their home. Sometimes Jerry brings us into the shop, and sometimes they take us on the road. They're almost at 75,000 subscribers right now, and Jerry's been very forthcoming about the idea of using the YouTube promotion system to grow the channel rapidly. And for anybody that wants to take that route, he's offered to share his knowledge as well, so you can reach out to him on his channel. And Jerry and Susan share the camera work here, and they're almost always together. They meet up with a lot of other creators. I mentioned that as well, and we'll see that in the live streams. I got a video here. I don't know why it's not got a red line all the way across it. I'm going to put this into I'll leave it in the catch-up list there. I'll rerun it after. Here's a Mid-America meetup video. Actually, they met up with a bunch of creators, sometimes up to 70 or 80 channels worth of creators and supporters meet up like that. But you get an idea from the thumbnails here. They're mostly outdoor content, but sometimes, like I said, they bring us into their home. They'll do cooking videos, or Jerry will be working in the shop, like I said. And there's obviously a lot of different things to see here. All of their shorts fall in line with all of the long form content, and then they've gotten into 12,000, even 53,000 views on one of them. That one's still getting views. Then live streams on the channel. So sometimes they're just Jerry and Susan giving us a chance to get to know them and updates about the channel. Sometimes they're on the road, and then sometimes they've got StreamYard panels, or they're out at in real life meetups where they tend to live stream when they can. And either way, you're going to be introduced to a lot of other creators when you're on their channel, and they allow and encourage everybody to connect the same way we do here in Tuber Chat as well. So obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, and they're monetized as well, so lots of ways to support them when we get to their channel, including super chats and memberships. Gene Litterick, good to see you in the house. I'm going to put you on the wheel right away. They just came into the chat. We put members on the wheel as soon as we see them. Coach Sherry's been a member over 3 years now. Can you believe that? And, you know, there's a lot of things that people do to help you remember your friendship with them over the years, but she's been an overly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well, connected to all of us pretty much from the beginning, as a matter of fact. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat, or anybody meant, hopefully I'm not missing anyone or anything anybody meant for me to see.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @ mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier, keep my eyes open, and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So I'm going to try to move a little bit faster through channels now. I know I did a lot of talking today. I kind of figured it would happen because we've been off a few days now, and usually we do our streams every 3 days. We've got one coming up on Sunday, and then we'll see what we're going to do after that, as I'm starting to get an idea of what my schedule is going to look like. And then Tim Mitchell actually dropped a handful of memberships there, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done plenty of things like that before as well. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then when we look at Tim Mitchell, this is the creator, or well, both creator and producer behind Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, and a third channel that I'll show you in a quick moment. Tim Mitchell has now got 127 subscribers for themselves, and they've started putting out videos and doing some live streams. Look at all this. Just over the last month or so, they've started a lot of these. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these streams again soon. I guess I've been off YouTube more this week than I thought I was, because I missed quite a bit. But I get the idea that I'll have more time than I thought I was going to when I was talking about this stuff last week. This creator has got a few shorts here, getting into 1,100. Look at that, 999 views. I hope somebody will watch that right now. Spring Rains in the Mountains, and get them their 1,000 views on that video as you're connecting with them. Of course, we want to connect with videos that are longer than 3 minutes where possible, but and as an extra bonus, we'd love to get Tim Mitchell the 1,000 on that particular short. And then live streams over here as well. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, so we should have the ability to catch each other as often as possible as well. Rich Cat Ranch, thank you for that gifted membership. I'm going to put your channel up shortly for exactly the same reason. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And you'll see that Rich Cat Ranch's link was dropped a moment ago. That happens automatically after things like that. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Chocolate Drop picked up one of those gifted memberships, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. Forgive me if I've missed any. Home Design with Marilyn. Yeah, I got you on the wheel. Blessed to Crochet is here also. I'm going to clean up the wheel in a while. So what happens is in another 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to do another break. And when we do, I'm going to take some names off of the wheel for people who I think are not here, that haven't been around for half an hour or so. And then we'll always add members back onto the wheel right away with moderators as soon as I see them in the chat again. But I'll also add a name from our wheel, from our chat list to our wheel, so that somebody else has a chance to have their channel looked at. And we're still got another 2 hours to go, so plenty of time for today. And Blester Crochet is here. Cruz Bolero, did I get you on the wheel? Forgive me, I'm going to talk about Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official in a moment. Surviving Together, thank you. Jeremy D-Day, I've got you on the wheel. And PK Adventure Travels is on the wheel. I'm just hoping I'm not missing anything. And then, yeah, we'll try to speed things up now. I've done enough talking for today. Tim Mitchell, thank you for the gifted memberships. And like I said, they've done that kind of thing before. And then Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is coming up right now. Let's see what they've got going on. This is Chef Seavey. And this is somebody who brings us into the kitchen, but not just to bring us delicious looking dishes and meals. This creator is going to show us a lot around the kitchen that we need to know, including the utensils we're going to need, the appliances we might use, for techniques as well. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos though here. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about from Night's KO Ghostly Winds. Jason's making me laugh there. I can't tell how many people actually like the story time, or how many people are like, okay, enough already, please get the channels. I'll never know. And I'm hoping to find an outlet where we can have these conversations and maybe even include people. Maybe I'll do panels on my personal channel or something. I've been considering it for a very long time. Because I like hanging out in other people's panels. I just haven't done them. But it would give us a chance to talk about all kinds of stuff literally for hours. Then we could go on as much as we want, not just me. The How To Lady is another channel that's been with us from the beginning. It's good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Between her and I am Betty J Gathers, we have literally gotten hundreds, if not probably well over 1,000 thumbs up on this channel in these streams because of their friendly and energetic reminders. And then, yeah, story time with Tuber. Imagine. And then Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official has got some shorts here as well. They've gotten into almost 600 views on these, as well as live streams, and they're live fairly frequently, as you can see, usually at least a couple of times a week, and they've got a real wheel. I don't know if you saw that in the rollovers I was doing earlier. There it is right there in the back of the kitchen. That is super cool because everybody knows the wheel is such an integral part of what we're doing here. I'm going to show you another channel here called the Unofficial Official Off-Topic Squirrel. Took me a few weeks to get the name 100%, but there we go. The Unofficial Official Off-Topic Squirrel. So this is a complimentary channel for Chef CV, where they're bringing us more of a personal look into their life and taking us on different adventures. When we look at shorts on this channel, they've gotten into 1,000 views on one, which is great to see, and lots of variety here, like most creators in the Tuber Chat family. More live streams as well, so they're fairly frequent with the live streams, at least a couple of times a week, if not more. Timmy the Racing Channel, maybe. I don't know if you want to be Tuber Chat the second, but you could be. Sarah's Happy Hives, good to have you in the house. Thank you for coming in. The Tuber Chat Roundtable, it's funny that you say that, Just Jason Keto, because one thing that I really love the idea of in our universe is the idea of the round table. And you can remind me, because I'm talking too fast, I can't remember where it comes from. One of the old medieval kings or whatever said he insisted on having a round table instead of what we look at as like a boardroom table where there's somebody sitting at the head of the table, because he wanted all voices to be equal. And I thought about something like that. I think I was going to call it Mods of the Round Table or something like that was the idea. Maybe as a series. It doesn't have to be moderators, but it would be funny, I think. You guys can tell me if it's not. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is gifting a membership again. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. It's the reason why we're looking at the 3 channels we just saw, Tim Mitchell, and these other 2 channels, because they gifted a handful of memberships. Rich Cat Ranch just did the same thing. They're a longtime friend, so we'll look at their channel right now. Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Resale, is doing the same thing, so we'll look at their channel right after Tampa's Creek Homestead and More, because we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. But again, I'll try to speed it up a little bit. That was it. Thank you. A Voice Down Under, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Yes, which I think is a wonderful idea. And that was it. Yes, Ghostly wins. Thank you. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat or anything anybody meant for me to see.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Thank you, Matt and Mouse. And when we look at Crystal Sparkle, we see another creator who came into the Tuber Chat family many months ago now. I have to look back and see when it's going to have been a year. But Crystal Sparkle came in and started influencing right away, and I was taken away right away with just the personality behind the channel, the personality of the creator being so inspiring and motivating to others, and that's continued all this time so much. I mentioned earlier the idea that I did an interview on I Am Betty J Gather's channel a few months ago. Lots of us have been friends for years, but Crystal Sparkle inspired an entire series of interviews on I Am Betty J Gather's channel, and that was what caused that. And oh, cruising is fun anytime. Are they here? Is that Jeremy and Cheryl? There you are. Yes, thank you for coming in. I almost missed that, but thank you, because Cruz Bolero was saying hello. And Jeremy and Cheryl have been incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters that always have kind things to say about everybody, actually. But they do a wonderful morning show, and I always enjoy my time there. They're on with Eddie Lugo Studios in the morning. They got a handful of different channels. There's Danforth Avenue Wellness. That's Cake and Eat Meat Day with cherry on top. And yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Rich Cat Ranch is another longtime friend, and we have got a lot of channels that started to come in a few years ago with the homesteading idea. And I often group a lot of channels together. When I talk about homesteading here, it could include farming, ranching, gardening, and sometimes I even include a lot of creators that do things like fishing and camping and hiking and other outdoor activities, because there's so much outdoor content, and all of these creators seem to want to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. So Rich Cat Ranch is no exception, actually a perfect example. And this channel now has to be excited. Rich Cat Ranch is officially on the road to 3,000, and I have said from almost the beginning of Tuber Chat that 3,000 seems to be a really telling marker in subscribers. Anybody that gets to 3,000, I personally fully expect to get to 10,000 if they want to. The only reason 100,000 becomes questionable is because we don't know what YouTube's going to look like in a few years, and it can take a few years to get there. We don't know what the world's going to look like in a few years. 99 Midnight Gamer, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Rich Cat Ranch is going to bring us into their life. I caught a video from them a couple of weeks ago, it looks like there. Let's see what else they've been up to here. They're going to give you lots of information on their about section as well, but they let us know animals, music, life, family, nature, in amongst what I call homesteading content. Then they've gotten into shorts that feature more of the same, a lot of variety, but all in line with their regular content, getting into almost 5,000 views, well over 8,000 views, and on the way towards 9,000 views now. Then live streams as well. So yeah, they were live a few hours ago. Did I catch you and I forgot that I caught you? I had a earlier day today. I might have been in there just for a second and had that running because I was on the computer most of the afternoon. But that's, yeah, I thought I didn't make it in. I thought I saw it and didn't make it, but that's okay. Good stuff. Two more hours of watch time, even though we got to keep those things up, of course, right after we become monetized. And it's not as much of a big deal as I'm making it sound, because most creators are already doing enough watch hours when they get monetized to keep them up anyway. But it's an extra benefit, let's just say. Monetized, like I said, and hopefully I'll get a chance to catch you again. We got notifications and notification bells on for every channel, of course. And then let me thank you again, Tim Mitchell and Rich Cat Ranch, for those gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For the same reason, we're actually going to use Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, and then Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Resale. And we'll look at those after the next break. We'll go quickly right now. I'll play another clip from our interview series, then we'll go for 3.5 minutes. While we're gone, I'll add a name to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of this stream. We've still got over an hour and a half to go, almost 2 hours. And 99 Midnight Gamer YT is asking if anybody uses Rumble. So I'm curious to know as well how many people here have gotten into that yet. Rumble is another video streaming service similar to YouTube. It's like a competitor, if you want to call it that. But they seem to be gaining a lot of traction. And the Freedom Convoy that I talked about earlier was actually a catalyst for that. A lot of politically charged content over there, but the idea is the fact that one side of the political spectrum isn't going to control it all. But we'll see. And seems to be okay so far. My intention is I had to take all the live streams off of my personal channel because I got a guideline strike. And I expect to put it all back up on Rumble at some point. but I haven't done that yet. I haven't been on it as much as I thought I might have been. I usually sign up for every social network, just to see how they all work. And then thank you, Crystal Sparkle. Yeah, Scully Pop is somebody who's been a friend for a very long time. He started making more frequent appearances in the last long while, and is very much connected to Izzy Pop as well. They seem to have become great friends also. But yeah, incredibly supportive. But for many years, if I remember right. And then the thing about all the different social networks is, you know, how much time do we have, right? That's a big thing. So let's go for this break. Let's come right back. I'm going to play another clip from that interview series. I mentioned the idea of talking to Lou from Two Pineapples today. He's become a great friend over the years, but you're going to get that idea when you hear us talk together in this clip. He has been with us from the beginning, and he was the first creator to come into our interview series after having passed his 10,000 subscribers.
We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, you know what, I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to, I think it was 82, was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that instead of doing and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, we're just about back. And Crystal Sparkle, right before I hit the button there, dropped a handful of gifted memberships. Again, she's done that many times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. I know we have some friends that do that kind of thing often. You don't have to do it every time. You know, I really do appreciate it. And I don't want to discount it or anything like that, but I hope nobody feels obligated for that kind of thing. Everybody can see the channel is doing well, and will likely continue to do so. But again, I do appreciate everything. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. So Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is coming up right now. We're going to look at Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, and then Crystal Sparkle. And forgive me, because Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, I kept on saying your name incorrectly earlier. We've got another channel called Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale, so I kept on saying Living Skies Vintage and Resale, but it's Living Skies Vintage and Creative, but we'll see that, pardon me, shortly. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Yeah, cheaper than therapy. Yes, I understand. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is a grandmother and granddaughter duo. And this is Pam and Mackenzie. And they are over 1,000 subscribers now. We see they've actually done a thank you video, which is wonderful to see. I'm going to add that video into my catch-up list. It's quite a short one. It's better we connect with a video that's over 3 minutes. But I would encourage anybody to watch that. It's great to see that they've done that, because I often encourage here the idea of celebrating any milestone at all. And the reason why is not just for yourself, but for your community to have a chance to celebrate with you and for you, because I promise you they will. Lisa J. Stocks, good to see you in the house. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, I added you to the wheel. Ghostly Winds, good to see that you're still here. That's Knights KO. I'm going to put you back onto the wheel. I often remove names every half hour or so if I haven't seen somebody for a little while, but Knights KO always has interesting things to say about the Wheel of Doom, but I promise you that is a creator I've been lucky enough to build a friendship with outside of YouTube. You know, a lot of creators we talk on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter and places like that, but Knights KO and Ghostly Winds is a creator from Australia who cares very deeply about the YouTube journey and goes over and above to support those of us in the Tuber Chat family. So Tampa's Creek Homestead and More, it's great to see that they're posting videos frequently. They've got quite a bit of information on their About section letting us know they're just living a simple life. They've changed it up, actually. I see that they changed it a little. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It says it right here. We're a grandmother, granddaughter team just living a simple country life. And they are giving us a few more ideas about what to expect. But you get an idea from the thumbnails about the different types of content they're bringing us and the adventures as well. They've done a ton of live streaming, actually, with guests on their channel and a lot of shorts here. This used to be their most popular short, and they've done a few since then that have gotten into almost 9,000 views and one over 13,000, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. I'm just going to set notifications for these. We set notifications for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. They've got a stream coming up tonight, actually. They're going to be on right after our oh, pardon me, they're on at 9 p.m. Oh, they're coming up in half an hour. We'll still be on, but they're going to be coming up in half an hour, going live, so we can set notifications for that. If anybody's got an extra device or wants to open it up in another window, we can do that. Many of us do that on a computer. And then when we look at the chat, I see that A Voice Down Under, who's brand new today, just dropped a super chat as well. So thank you for the kind words and, you know, appreciation. The idea here is, I know I said it earlier, I really don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channels. I like to share my own experiences, but in truth, I've been corrected many times over the years here in Tuber Chat about things YouTube related and otherwise, as a matter of fact. And thankfully so, because I strive to improve and learn. I learn from creators with channels of all sizes every single day. And we just want to share all of our knowledge together here so we can add it to what we already know and what we're going to continue to learn so that we can all make the best decisions for our channels and videos and content and things like that. And then Positive Crash Outs channel. Positive Crash Outs channel. It's good to see you here for the first time today.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
I wonder I think Lester Crochet is still here, and I wonder about My Flock is Everywhere, because they came through pretty quickly and dropped a highlighted milestone message, but I wonder if they're still in the house. I've got them on the wheel. Thank you again, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More, and Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. They dropped a gifted membership, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters up right away. Just Diana Vlogs, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life, good to have you in the house. You know, I'll tell you something that I wasn't expecting. Right after our 800th episode, and especially our 5-year anniversary, we've actually been doing better than expected. I mean, Tuber Chat's always busy. Everybody who's been here before sees that, and I'm grateful for that. But we've been overwhelmingly busy for the last couple of streams, which is wonderful. When it comes to the idea of trolling, forgive me because I didn't see a lot of, I didn't see any conversation. I just see the word troll in the chat. I know a lot of creators will look at a troll as a view, or any interaction as some interaction. But for anybody that's experienced a bit of trolling, sometimes it can get really, really bad. And I promise you, I've seen some horrifying things, both myself and heard from other creators. But the best thing we can do is ignore it. And eventually it dissipates. The worst of the worst seems to go away after 2 weeks. It can feel like 2 weeks of eternity, I promise you. And I know that, but you're not alone. Lots of people go through that. But what I have also found over the last many years is that when the trolls that are the worst come around, if we ignore them, what they do is they go and they find people who will engage them. And we don't wish that kind of nonsense on anybody, but it's just a fact, part of YouTube. It's going to happen anyway. There are some people who will engage and really like give them what they want. Trolls just want attention. When they do, they can only handle so many. So what happens is trolls will collect a bunch of channels that they can go and attack and drive the creators bananas, and they end up leaving us alone. So I know it's difficult. I block, delete, and get rid of anything like that right away. Our moderators do here. We're extremely strict on this channel because I don't want it to spread, right? And we've been lucky, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we don't have a lot of that comes through anyway, because they can't take the 20-minute time limit to come in here, right? But if you have experienced any of that, I promise you it goes away. It just takes a long time, occasionally, sometimes faster than others. If you can ignore it, it goes away quickly. So Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, is a channel I'm still getting to know, actually. Obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as supportive as a creator. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. They've got a bit of information on their About section to give us an idea of what to expect, including thrifting and shopping along with them. They'll be creating original art and repurposing a lot of saved items, which we've seen a lot of on YouTube and even here in the Tuber Chat family now, which is cool. Shorts on this channel. have gotten into 2,700 and 4,600 views, and they've got quite a bit of variety here. A lot of the things that they're either creating or repurposing, which is great to see, and then live streams on their channel as well. So they've done a few of these they did a couple of years ago, as we can see. They did one a few weeks ago, and hopefully we'll catch them if they're going to keep these up, because we got notifications on for every single channel, and then they are almost at 700 subscribers as well, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone. Thank you again, Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and for the same reason, Crystal Sparkle's coming up right now.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then for any of our members, I know it's difficult to see the name, the list of names on the wheel if you're on a phone. I put the text a little as large as I can without it being terrible looking. But I know it's still tough to see. I occasionally remove names from the wheel if I haven't seen somebody for a while, but members and moderators will always be added right back on. So if you are curious about that, just be active in the chat and we'll make sure that you're on the wheel. Crystal Sparkle gifted a handful of memberships, and she has done that more than a handful of times, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support, of course, and the kind words in the chat. You know, Crystal Sparkle, like I said, is somebody that right away came into the Tuber Chat family and had over the top support for other creators and those of us in the stream here. She often engages a lot of conversation, and that's really the magic behind what happens here. It has nothing to do with me putting channels on the screen. I put a channel on the screen and it's not like 10 or 20 people go running over there to support them. That actually doesn't work here, even when we've tried. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but I promise you it's true. And then the magic here happens with conversation that you have with other creators. When you truly get to know people, that's when they become friends. That's when they favor you. That's when they enjoy being favored by you. And this is what makes all of this work. You know what I mean? So otherwise we'd just be another growth stream, and there's plenty of good ones out there. And then, yeah, thank you to our members for being active in the chat. And yes, everybody's welcome to swap playlists as much as they would like. Broke but bountifully blessed Carol. Forgive me, I didn't have your name on the wheel, but I just put it back on now. And then when we look at Crystal Sparkle, so this is an interesting channel, pretty much a one of a kind in the Tuber Chat family. So they focus on conventions more often than anything else, with a lot of cosplay involved and a lot of My Little Pony themes, for instance. And anybody probably knows that My Little Pony has gone through waves and waves of popularity and seeming to be at its height again right now. It's coming through every generation, it seems. As a matter of fact, I'm old enough to have actually seen the original My Little Ponies. My sister and I used to play My Little Pony versus G.I. Joe and Transformers, and of course that had to be annoying for her because I'd be wanting to destroy everything all the time. But it's absolutely true. And I've seen other family members very enthralled with My Little Pony over the years, but it's great to know that there's a community that's really vibing here. One of the most interesting videos that I saw lately was a dance party that they had at one of these conventions. And I'll tell you right now, I have not seen, I told you I was a DJ in a past life, I have not seen a audience or a crowd this excited at a convention ever. And I've been to a few of different types, but that's really, really cool. Crystal Sparkle will bring us pieces of these conventions, including a lot of panelists and conversation, and then a lot of shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 3,200, 3,300, 18,000 views. And what a cool view on that shorts video there with the cruise ship. Also, I didn't notice that before. Live streams on the channel. I've caught them a few times for live streams. Luckily, they did one for the Wisconsin New Year's celebration, and this is really cool. If you haven't seen what they do in Wisconsin for New Year's, that is worth a watch of a replay. It's only 15 minutes long. Hopefully everybody will connect with Crystal Sparkle. We'd love to push them towards the 1,500 subscribers we know they're thinking about. And then thank you again, Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. I really do appreciate your extra generous support. Crystal Sparkle, thank you again. I know I said it already a million times, but absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. She gifted a handful of memberships again. And then we had a super chat come in from A Voice Down Under. That's a brand new channel here today, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we will get back to spinning the wheel in another moment.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So, Fever Dream Animation, good to see you here. Lisa J. Stocks is still in the house. A Voice Down Under from Australia is a brand new channel here in the Tuber Chat family. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video here. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I will leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're back to spinning the wheel now, and we're going to look at PK Adventure Travels, which is Ryan and Melinda.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And PK Adventure Travels is a channel that I was taken away with right away when they came into the Tuber Chat family with the very first video that I watched, which was a tour of a cruise ship, because they share the camera work. They do the videos either separately or together. They're never too far behind each other, but they do a really thorough job. And they have incredible chemistry between the two of them. They're enjoyable to watch, in my opinion. I know I'm right about that. You'll find it as soon as you get to their channel. You can see how many videos I've been through here as well. When we look at their channel, they'll bring us other travel ideas. They are travel agents as well, by the way. And then Ryan has another series on the channel also, where he's bringing us travel-related informative content. I would like to call it news because it pretty much falls under that umbrella. And important information, though, for anybody that's going to travel. I would go through, hopefully he's got a playlist here. Let's look. We'll throw him under the bus right now and see if he's made a playlist of these news segments. There it is right there. And he put the length of the playlist in there. Perfect for swapping playlists. That's something that Scratch and Pete PA has been doing for a very long time as well. It's a cool idea. Forgive me for anybody that's doing it that I didn't catch yet. I've got a video here that hasn't run all the... I don't know why it's not got the red line all the way through. I usually think it's because I'm switching accounts all the time, but I'll rerun that one. But I'm going to put the latest tipping policy video into my catch-up list as well. That'll be interesting to see. I know I've said it a million times here as well, so forgive the self-promotion, but in a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I worked on a cruise ship for a summer, and I thought it was the most interesting thing that the cruise offered a tipping talk for half an hour. You could go into like the main theater, and the cruise director would discuss the idea of how exactly to tip and what's appropriate on a cruise ship. And I'm like, how does that take half an hour? But it can, because I know it's probably a big question for a lot of people. So I'll be interested to see what you have to say in this video here. Up Designs Customs, good to have you in the house. They're a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right this second. We've had a lot of gifted memberships going through lately. And we always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Thank you, Create and Relate. I'll get you onto the wheel right now. We got every channel here on YouTube has friends from all over the world, but I find that to be one of the most interesting aspects of what we're doing as well. PK Adventure Travels has some shorts here that have gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views, and then live streams on their channel as well. I was lucky I caught them the other day. They're on every Thursday. They start at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then Just Jason Keto is on at 7:30 Eastern. But I usually have multiple windows open, so I'm able to get into both of those. They used to do Wednesdays. They've switched to Thursdays, and they usually have a month in advance set up. So we set our notifications for all premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel, just to give us the best chance of catching each other's content. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Broke but bountifully blessed is Carol. They're coming up right now.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And forgive me, everyone. I'm just going to look at something here. We're going to get to Carol's channel in a second, but there's something important. So Rambling with the Brooms is on right now. The Gross Bargain Emporium, Steph is on. Peaceful Des is on. These are all great friends of ours here. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is Rob. Thank you. 5 months of membership. That's another fellow Canadian, actually. I just want to see Eddie Lugo Studios for a second, and thank you, Canadian Family Life, for pointing this out. Eddie Lugo Studios is somebody who just naturally cares over and above about the YouTube journey, people in general, all of us. And, you know, I've been so pleasantly amazed by the over-the-top abundance in generosity of this creator supporting others. So he's got a 10,000 subscriber celebration going on tonight, and I'm just going to see if I can bookmark this somewhere. We've got what we plan to do, because we do it after every stream, is after Tuber Chat tonight, another hour and a bit from now, still a long time. What we'll expect to do is a 1 hour live stream on our copyright free music channel. I have a feeling we'll be overtime today, but we'll plan for that. And then we will, after that 1 hour live stream, go in possibly to Eddie Lugo Studios. He'll likely still be on. And that will give us a chance to go over there and celebrate with them as well. But we've still got an extra hour of connecting here if that's what we want to do. Did Rob pass 1,000? Which is that's fantastic. So thank you, everybody, for mentioning that. he's been an incredibly supportive creator as well for a very long time. And then, pardon me, I'm getting, I'm tripping over my words here again. Makeup Mom and Son is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here, so I'm going to get them onto the wheel right away. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster now. I know I've said that a few times, but we'll get it going. So, Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just going to grab their latest video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, but that's an interesting name for a channel, too, now that I sit and think about it for a quick second. That's really thoughtful. Oh, she's got quite a bit here. She's going to do healthy recipes, mostly vegan, but flexitarian is a term I haven't heard before. Food bank hauls, grocery hauls, and then some gardening as well as a little bit more. So I'd consider that a homesteading channel. When we look through the thumbnails, you get an idea of some of the things you're going to see here. Then when we get into shorts videos, we know that this channel's gotten into 1,000 and even 1,200 views on a couple of these, and then live streams as well. And they did one today, so hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I got notification bells on for every single channel. That gives us the best chance of catching each other. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel just gifted a membership, so I'm going to get their channel queued up and ready to go. Create and Relate just dropped a super chat as well. We'll look at their channel right after we get back from the break we're going to go on right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters up right away, and when we get back, I'll try to speed it up and get through some more channels. Like I said, we still got over an hour to go. Abandoned and Forgotten Whales, thank you so much for the super chat also. I really do appreciate that. We'll look at them right after Create and Relate. And I just want to get my ducks in a row here. So what we'll do, we'll go for a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. Again, these creators have all been longtime friends of ours. They've literally been with us for years, and they're still with us now. They've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
So, Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What did you put? You know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With
Certainly.
the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is what we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because you have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back, and it's great to see that Cruising on the High Seas and Travel has passed 1,000 subscribers now. Rob, the creator behind this channel, is a fellow Canadian. He's actually only a few hours away from me, but he's been incredibly supportive to others. And thank you, Timmy, with the racing channel. When we look at what Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is doing, Rob posts frequently. He is going to travel whenever he can, cruise of course, and you'll recognize this creator almost right away because you'll see him on so many other people's thumbnails and in StreamYard panels. Lately, what he's been doing is a lot of reviews of some of the featured meals or dishes that come from a lot of restaurants and takeout food franchises and chains and things like that. So I'm just going to grab one of his latest videos here, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. personally, I recognize almost everything I see here because only living a few hours away, I recognize all the chains and franchises and things, at least for the fast food places and smaller restaurants that I see here. But Rob is enthusiastic and posts frequently. He gives us a lot of those product reviews, and then shorts over here have gotten into 1800, 2400 and beyond, and then live streams as well. He does tons of live streams on his own channel, but he's featured on tons of other people's channels, like I said, as well. And he's got lots of guests as on his channel. You can see he's actually going to simulcast, it looks like, Eddie Lugo Studios 10,000 party. So really cool. He's already set up for the end of the year, pre-New Year celebration as well, so getting very much prepared in advance. Cruising on the high season travel, glad to see it looks like you've got that 1,000 locked in as well. Well deserved. And then thank you, Day One Walks. And then let's think about looking at Create and Relate. So thank you for the super chat again. Cruising on the high season travel, absolutely unnecessary but very much appreciated. Create and Relate is coming up now for the same reason. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then when we look at the list, we've still got Abandoned and Forgotten Whales to come up in a moment because they dropped a super chat as well, but we're moving a bit faster now. So Create and Relate also dropped a super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done it countless times before. And this creator is going to bring us a lot of product reviews on their channel. As a matter of fact, they've got some about section information here that says they've got a lot of creativity, including arts and crafts, do-it-yourself videos, and I've noticed a lot of product reviews here. Some of it relates to our YouTube journey because some of it is lighting. They've got at least one camera here, lots of accessories, other product reviews that include creativity, including a Cricut machine I keep talking about here. They do a really thorough job, and they get into a lot of artistic ideas and give us almost tutorials as well. We can enjoy watching them create things. This is going to be an interesting video to see. They're doing a review of a 22 terabyte drive. Even I don't have a 22 terabyte drive. I do have a 14. I bought one. I dropped it off the desk the first time I used it and smashed it, and then had to get another one. So that was a fortune. But it's great to see that you're reviewing this. One of the things I don't talk about enough that's very important is that we're backing up our content as much as possible. I know a lot of creators are using phones, but where possible, if you can back up your content, you can avoid disaster. You know, I've been lucky in my life to not lose much because I tend to keep 2 copies of everything, but even I've been caught a couple of times losing small amounts of things. It is horrifying when I hear stories about channels where people get locked out or hacked or other things, and then they don't have their content to go back on. Somebody like myself, I have a lifetime of hard drives, so I can do that. But this is going to give enough space that this creator, I'm assuming, will not need another hard drive literally for years. But backing up is important. And one of the things that makes it really, really easy, at least if you can get to a computer, is you can go into the YouTube studio and you literally click on each video, short or live stream, and you can download it right to your hard drive right there. So if you don't already have backups, that's the way to do it the easiest. The only thing you have to be aware of is that when you download them from YouTube Studio, it's only in 720p. But again, we're only doing it to avert disaster. Otherwise, I hope everybody saves all their project files and raw footage as much as possible. If you're out of space on your phone or your hard drives or computers or anything else, most people have older computers, older phones and things. There's lots of ways to find space that you can use. Even old SD cards for cameras and things can be used. But this is just ideas. But I'll be looking forward to seeing your review of that. I love Western Digital. It's my favorite company. I've been getting a lot of hard drives. Hopefully I didn't just destroy our whole stream right now. From Lacey, which happens to be a Seagate company now. But Western Digital is my favorite. So far, something's going on here. Pardon me losing my screens. Hopefully you're not losing them right now. Just let me know, please, if the stream has frozen or anything like that. I touched something and it might have knocked things around a bit. So that's Create and Relate. They've got shorts on their channel as well. These have started to get into almost 1,000 views, one over 1,400, and then live streams on the channel as well. They're doing quite a few of these. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. I caught them last week, and they're often creating while they're live streaming. And then Crafty Witch 232, good to see you in the house. That creator's on almost every day, as a matter of fact. And then, thank you again, Create and Relate, for another Super Chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. They've done that many times before, and so has Abandoned and Forgotten Whales. So we're going to look at that channel right away. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. When we look at Abandoned and Forgotten Whales, we see a creator that's going to bring us explorations of abandoned locations. And this is another creator that's willing to crawl into some seriously deep, dark places that you would never find somebody like me. So I'm happy to have the content to see. There's a lot of creators that do similar content, but looking for paranormal activity. And I've actually been out on a few paranormal investigations myself. Those were dark, but just not confined. But it amazes me some of the places people are willing to go to get content. We're lucky to have it. So I'm just going to grab the latest video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll be give me an opportunity to catch up with Abandoned and Forgotten Whales, or somewhat try to keep caught up. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These feature a little more variety, but they've gotten into 6,600 views, and this is what I'm talking about. So here, let's do a poll that's actually related to YouTube for today. Would you walk through that deep, dark cavern? And this is relating to the video that we're looking at right now, the shorts video from Abandoned and Forgotten Whales, because that is really something else. Ugh, and even thinking about it, I wouldn't be able to do it. So you can let me know. The Mo and Cooper Show, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Snapback Vibes, thanks for coming in. I know you were waiting through that 20-minute time limit, so I appreciate that. Anybody that comes in that's brand new usually has to wait for that, but I promise you that feature helps, so I appreciate it. Abandoned and Forgotten Whales, lots of live streams as well. I'm hoping I can catch you for one of these, because it's been 6 months since I caught you for a live stream. I got notification bells on for every single channel. And then Knights KO, Ghostly Winds is still in the house from Australia. I've caught them live many times. Thank you again, Abandoned and Forgotten Whales, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Nora, the Stock Explorers in the house. I'm going to give them Jesse's spot on the wheel right now. Pardon me. I saw something interesting today. So occasionally I watch things that are not related to Tuber Chat, let's just say, like not just videos from the Tuber Chat family. I'm probably watching anywhere from a half an hour to an hour of YouTube a day for other things like crypto and this and that. But I watched a video today. The thumbnail came up. I get sucked into that stuff as much as anybody else, but I saw a video and it was called something like the most unusual press conference ever seen, or something like that. And it's Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary, doing a press conference. But it was really, really interesting. It's actually a heartwarming video because the day that they recorded that video, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, was National Take Your Kids to Work Day. So all the journalists brought their kids into the press room in the White House to ask questions to the press secretary. And I thought it was really, really cool. And it's fun to watch because you see the kids with no political bias and this and that, asking honest questions. And some of them are super funny. And one of the kids' names was Nora. I just happened to notice that while I was watching that today. So if you get a chance to go search that out and look for it, it's worth the 10 minutes. The Stock Explorer's on the wheel right now. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is a longtime dear friend. Let's close out our poll before we look at her content here. And so it looks like 70% of people, the majority of people, are not going where abandoned and exploring, I'm tripping over my words again here. Abandoned and Forgotten Whales is able to head into some of those deep, dark places. I don't mind watching it. I just can't see myself doing it. That's funny. And then thank you, Knights KO again. When we look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes, we see a creator that unboxes just about anything that can be unboxed. They've changed up their channel actually with a relatively new name. A few months ago, they switched to Jesse Journals and Unboxes. They're doing a lot of journaling, a lot of collages, and creating a lot of things with what comes out of the unboxing videos. Now, it's interesting because when we look at the unboxing videos, there's some Happy Mail here, there's some hauls, there's some subscription services. And on the shorts on this channel, Jesse features a lot of different products that have been found within the unboxing videos. So there's jewelry here, bath and beauty products, stationery, crafting supplies, even snacks make the cut over here. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Jesse's live occasionally, but she's the kind of creator who's so supportive to others. Her support for all of us has increased over the years, and she can go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support coming in for her. So it's wonderful to see. Obviously, definitely an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then the Stock Explorer, thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Nora has done things like that countless times before. And we'll look at that channel right away because we always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll look at the content in a second.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
The Stock Explorer Nora is going to feature a lot of content relating to the stock markets and a bit of crypto as well. They give updates to, especially to their members, with some special posts. They're very forthcoming about their own investment plays and trades. And then the Stock Explorers channel, first of all, features a little bit of variety, but they've often got product in hand. And this creator has really evolved over the years and added a lot of extra content, including a lot of lottery ticket scratching on their channel. That's a huge category and genre of channels we've come to learn. Nora has a series going on right now called Scratching with Strangers, and what they're doing is scratching lottery tickets with people they're meeting for the first time, and there's interesting stories to go along with the lottery ticket scratching, of course. Pardon me, when we look at the Stock Explorer, we see Nora is working on 2,400 subscribers. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on this channel feature pure variety, and like many creators in the Super Chat family, regardless of category or niche, a lot of people are using shorts to bring in extra subscribers, and a lot of the variety is getting great views, as we can see. With the Stock Explorer, they've gotten into almost 3,000 on a couple, well over 4,000 on another, and over 14,000 on one shorts video that continues to get views, which is not common. So it's great to see. The Stock Explorer also does a lot of live streaming. Now, it could be Nora talking about stocks and crypto. It could be having friendly conversation in a StreamYard panel. I've actually joined them on their channel once for a couple of hours, and then they've been doing a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling lately with other creators. Those can be fast-paced, high energy, and a lot of fun, obviously. And then the Stock Explorer has another channel, and this is called Tropical Buzz. This is where Nora is going to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida, so they have a unique mix of different things to show us over here. This channel's over 300 now, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 400 we know Nora's thinking about. Thank you again for the gifted membership. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Nora's done that countless times over the years. They've been with us for probably 4.5 by now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Knights KO, Ghostly Wins. This is a longtime friend. They've also been with us about 4.5 years. This creator's responsible for naming my ketchup list. As a matter of fact, I bet I'm going to use it right now. I'm going to take one of their videos. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to put this into my ketchup list. And I'm old enough to remember the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What Knights KO is going to bring to us is a lot of vintage or retro video gameplay. And you notice the PlayStation logo, or sorry, yeah, PlayStation logo there. They've got a lot of Nintendo and Sega type content as well. It's interesting because I literally grew up with those systems. I was in my mid-teens when I got my first Nintendo system, and I was so happy and proud because I worked for it, bought it myself and everything else. But Ghostly Wins, Knights KO, is now able to show a lot of games that I had not previously seen. Even growing up with those systems, a lot of my friends had different ones as well. They've been experimenting lately with the Suno AI music system we see, and they've always had shorts on the channel. They've experimented a lot with these. They've gotten into 1,600 views on one, but they've also got a lot of live streams here, and I've caught them many times before. Last time was a month ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one again soon. But this is a creator. You can basically feel the fun and energy in this creator while they're playing these different games, especially while they're live streaming. But I said it earlier in the stream today, they are somebody who I've been lucky to build a friendship with, and I can tell you they go over and above when it comes to care about the YouTube journey, their fellow creators, and those of us in the Tuberchat family. And hopefully everybody will connect with them, get some of that support coming back to you as well. Next up is a brand new channel. I think they actually were with us last time or recently on another stream if I'm not mistaken, but this is the first time we're looking at their channel, Home by Design with Marilyn, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. They might be here for the first time today.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
When we look at Home by Design with Marilyn, we see Modern, elegant, and cozy designs from the look of it. I'm going to look at the About section here and see what they have to say, if my internet's going to hold out here. And they're going to do some budget-friendly do-it-yourself videos, shopping hauls, and more. They want to make homes feel inviting and cozy. We'll get an idea of how they do that, because while I don't subscribe or watch videos while I live stream, I am going to take your latest video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. There's 2 pineapples coming in right now. You were referenced earlier in the stream today, and I talked about our conversation today, and we saw a clip from their interview in our series. There's 5 episodes right now, a 6th one on the way. And we're going to watch a clip from another one of the episodes right this minute. And then we're going to go on a break again for 3.5 minutes. We're going to look at Mel Runs Things when we come back. So 2 pineapples, along with our other featured channels in our interview series, has long passed 10,000 subscribers. They've been with us for years, and they share their knowledge and experience. So it's very informative, and I hope everybody will watch all of the episodes when you have time. They go for 1 hour to 2 hours each. The How-To Lady, thank you so much for hanging out. It's great to see you in the chat today, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Good luck with your seminar. And Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you so much for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we'll look at their channel right after Mel Runs Things, as soon as we get back.
Okay, what I want to do is inform first and foremost. Anytime you make any type of video, you want to inform. You want to tell people a story. You want to show people a story. And when you show and you tell that story, you want to tell how that story affected you. And you want to tell your results.
Okay.
Because seeing is believing. And people want to see what I'm talking about, see what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. And basically, I'm going to make it into a mini series on all of the products I have tried and how they have affected me. So.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's going to be something else to look forward to, especially knowing that you're starting something new now with the experience that you've got. So this is a perfect opportunity for me then to bring you back to the beginning and say, what kind of change have you seen in yourself, in your channel, in your community and audience based on all the things you've done up to now?
When I first started, I was such a green thumb. I didn't know what I was doing. I was all over the place. I promise you, just making videos, rambling, and I look back at one of my first videos and was like, what in the world? You know, it was all kinds of bloopers and everything. And I wanted to be such a perfectionist at the beginning. But as I have walked on this journey, I realized people don't want perfectionists. People want real.
Yes.
So when I make a mistake in a video, can I leave it in there? I'll be like, oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, but y'all already know I got an old lady brain. Now, a lot of people who follow me realize that. They was like, Sylvia forgetting a heartbeat. And I will, because I'm so busy. And so y'all already know I got an old lady brain. So we're going to keep that right in there, because what you see is what you get when you visit me. So I've learned that's how I changed. I learned how to just roll with the flow, be genuine, be real, be factual.
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to try new things. I try new stuff all the time. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes it's a rock and roll. I did a short about 3 months ago. I think it's at 60,000 views right now.
Oh, goodness.
And I tried another one, that same genre, and it didn't work. That's all right. I'm I'm gonna stay with it because I think that it's a niche for me, but I just gotta work a little harder at it.
Right.
So
yes.
don't be afraid to work hard. And if you get one no, people, remember, the next one will be a yes.
There you go. Yes. All right, we're just about back, and I've got Timmy the Racing Channel on the wheel now. I was overdue for adding another name to the wheel, but we got it done here. Mel Runs Things is up right now. We're going to look at Greenland Quilter Katie. They dropped a super chat. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. I really do appreciate that, and we will look at their channel next. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. We still got a little over half an hour to go. We'll do a 1 hour music stream after Tuber Chat. Eddie Lugo Studios is going to go live in a few minutes here, so he will be on. I'm not sure how long tonight. He's got a lot of friends, so he might be on for a while, but I have no idea. Thank you, Canadian Family Life, for letting us know, because he's doing a 10K celebration, And I try never to miss things like that. So I'll be in another window looking at his while we've got our copyright-free music stream going. And another half hour of Tuber Chat here. We'll get through as many channels as we can. Hi Bear Nation is Grismatically Clever. They're a longtime friend. They recently renamed the channel. We'll look at them right after Greenland Quilter Katie because of that Super Chat, and then we'll get back to, like I said, spinning the wheel in another moment here. We'll do as well as we can to get moving as quickly as possible. So Mel Runs Things is going to bring us lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, and running. This creator is basically living their best life over 50. Just going to grab their latest video. They've got even more variety than they talk about there, but I'll put their latest video into my catch-up list there. They've got some information on their About section. They're incredibly supportive, both here and on our copyright-free music channel. When we look at Mel Runs Things, they're working on 1,800 subscribers. They got shorts on their channel that have now gotten into 2,300, 2,400. Lots of variety. Lots of these are featuring the creator herself, and then live streams as well. She's got one coming up tomorrow, so hopefully we can catch that. It's actually tonight. It's actually in a few hours from now, so hopefully we'll catch that. Diamond painting is something that is very popular, even here in the Tuber Chat family now. Where did Diana's vlogs go? That's actually just Diana Vlogs. That's actually Serenity Studio Art with a second channel. She's a longtime friend. She's been with us for years. Blessed to Crochet is still in the house. Life with Des Nicole. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're brand new today.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
When we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, we see a creator now working on 4,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. This creator does quite a few different things actually. Over Christmas they were doing some shopping videos. That was a bit of a different thing for this channel. They give us a lot of beautiful views around Greenland. You can see these water views with mountains, glaciers, and icebergs in the distance. They have also got some quilting videos, as you would expect. There's probably more quilting on here than I've seen. They also do a podcast, and they've got quite a bit of that in videos. Then they've got shorts on the channel as well, getting into 2,800, 3,100 views and beyond, featuring more variety, more beautiful looks around Greenland. And then live streams on the channel as well, and they've got one of these coming up in a few days. I got notifications on for that, and they've often got StreamYard panels and lots of conversation going while they're talking quilting or doing some quilting themselves. So hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie. This is another creator who's been with us for quite some time now. Do I keep forgetting how long it's been? 9 months, I think, or 10? Was it? That I keep saying when I go back and look at 8 months. So about 9 months they've been with us, which is great to see. It's going to be a year before too long, and I really do appreciate all your generous support. And then thank you, Mel Runs Things. I appreciate every moment that everybody can spend. Let's have a look at Hi Bear Nation right now. I'm spinning the wheel prematurely. We'll see who's coming up next. It's going to be Timmy the Racing Channel. And that used to be Timmy Ray the King. They reset and restarted with the new channel now. And they're here with us for every stream. A very enthusiastic creator. And we'll put them up right after Hi Bear Nation right now.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So Hi Bear Nation has been making frequent appearances. 431 subscribers. They're actually a longtime friend. Grismatically Clever, we see, was their handle before. They've got an interesting handle there. Video. So that a shout out for Scratch and Pete right there. And that was just actually not even a couple weeks ago, just a week and a half ago, which is great to see. I see they've been posting videos frequently, and this latest one is perfect to connect with at just over 3 minutes. I'm going to add that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to somewhat keep caught up with this creator. That's what I try to do with that playlist. It's just a fun name for a playlist I use for that reason. Hi Bear Nation has gotten into some shorts that have gotten over 700 and even over 800 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. They did one yesterday, and maybe they're going to pick those right back up. They've got quite a bit of information on their About section here to give us an idea of what to expect from the channel. We'd love to push them towards the 500 subscribers. We know they're thinking about it. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So Timmy the Racing channel, like I said, is brand new, but it's a longtime friend running this channel. They're over 100 subscribers now and well on the way towards 200. So we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. You see they've got quite a bit of information on their About section here, and the channel features only shorts right now. Now, even though we talk about the idea of connecting with videos that are 3 minutes or longer here, we know that there's no right or wrong way to connect. You know, it's not that there's one single way, is what I mean to say. We've been doing the same thing for 5 years, so we just continue because we know it works. You notice every time I put a channel on the screen, if I'm subscribed, it's always subscribed, right? It's extremely rare that YouTube takes any of my connections away because I connect in exactly the way I describe here when we're in these live streams. But you can connect with shorts videos, and you see I'm connected to Timmy the Racing channel even though it's with shorts. So they've got a few that have really moved here: 3,000, 3,500, 5,200. What I suggest is taking one of these shorts videos, putting it into a playlist like your watch later list, we all have one, and then taking another video and putting that into a second playlist, or watching more than one or two. That shows YouTube that you cared so much that you went back for seconds and thirds, and this creator is going to bring us a lot of speed on their channel, as you can see, usually at a racetrack. So hopefully everybody will connect with Timmy the Racing channel. Like I said, an enthusiastic creator, but they've been making frequent appearances in here again. And then let's spin the wheel. Kathy Paina, good to see you in the house. That's a longtime friend.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Florida Claimers Ted, good to see you in the house. To Fam Adventures, good to have you here also. When we look at I Am Betty J Gathers, we see a beloved and dedicated member and moderator here who's been with us for over 4.5 years. I Am Betty J Gathers is closing in, officially on the road to 3,000 subscribers. And I've said it a million times, that's a very telling marker in a creator's journey. I feel that anybody that passes 3,000 organically can get to 10,000 the same way with no problem at all. When we look at I Am Betty J Gathers, we see somebody who's living her best life over 60, but I find that all of her content can relate to anybody. She talks about healthy eating, healthy living, intermittent fasting is something she mentions often, and she's done a ton of vlogging in her latest videos where she brings us into her home, into her life, out on the road. And I Am Betty J Gathers has got a lot of shorts on the channel. She did 365 in a row and continues those today. She's gotten into 8,000, 9,000, and 10,000 views on videos that feature just the creator. Then a few newer shorts have gotten 13,000 and 15,000 lately as well, which is great to see. Of course, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and live streams on the channel. And she promises new content very soon. But this is the interview series I was talking about earlier. There's Crystal Sparkle right there. She inspired the interview series of which I was a part. I talked very much. We talked together very much about our friendship and our thoughts about moderating and the YouTube journey. I hope everybody will go and check that out as well. It's about an hour and a half long, but we had a lot of fun together. And then I Am Betty J Gathers, like I said, is working on that 3,000. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. Between her and the How To Lady, we have literally gotten hundreds, if not over 1,000 thumbs up over the years on these live streams. We're getting close to 100 right now. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Gloria's Platter, good to see you in the house as well. Thank you for coming in. When we look at Blessed to Crochet, we see a creator that's working on 1,700 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. Itchin' to Scratch UK, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And then Cruz Bolero's back. They were working. Thank you for letting me know. I'll put your name back onto the wheel. Members and moderators always get added and added back whenever they've been removed. And then Blessed to Crochet is going to bring us a lot of crochet on the channel, of course. A lot of connection is really what they want to focus on. Friendships between creators, allowing and encouraging people to connect, similarly to the way we do here in Tuber Chat. But you'll also find that there's a lot of spiritual inspiration on this channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to somewhat keep up with them. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they've got some shorts here as well that have done really well. Always smiling, always laughing, most often anyway. And they've gotten into 9,000 and 10,000 views on a couple of these shorts, which is great to see. They've got live streams, and it looks like they got a birthday coming up, so we'll experience that halfway through next month. And then they've got a couple more live streams coming up between now and then. We'll look forward to one of these a few days from now. And we've got notifications on for everything we see, including premieres and live streams, even though we've got the notification bell on for every channel. That gives us the best chance of catching each other. And they're monetized, if I didn't already say it. I see Amazing Sylvia coming in. She is one of our longest standing members, as you can see, and she's actually the creator that was just featured in the latest clip that I played from our interview series. I'm going to do another one of those right now. We're going to go on our last break for 3.5 minutes, and then we're going to come back with Just Jason Keto and more.
When we talk about your channel and what you bring on YouTube, you're very forthcoming, you and Sarah both, about the idea that you want to share your life with everybody, which you do. Now, from what we've known each other quite some time now, I think it's getting on a couple of years. Forgive me if it's not longer than that, Rob. But what I see is authenticity in your true willingness to share. My imagination tells me that the magic on your channel is that people who are thinking the way that you do find your content and it just clicks with them because they're like, yes, exactly. And that introduction video that you've got featured on the front page today is a perfect example. But I really want to know what you think, because I can have my impression looking through a screen at your content. But where do you think the magic comes in your channel?
We try to keep it as simple as possible. If you see some of our earlier videos, we had an intro, and notice we call it a hockey stick effect.
Okay.
Where the videos go like this and they flatline.
Yes.
So we actually did away with any intros. I might talk for a couple seconds, but then it goes right into the video. And I think that's part of what's been helping, because I started right around the time that a channel really took off. And it seems to help a lot. Trying to add fluff, I don't want to do that. I want to see what's going on. You know, occasionally I might throw in a nice photo or a quick clip, but I don't focus. I want people to see exactly how we're doing it, how we're living, what we're doing it, and how we're doing it. Because if I add fluff, you know, to me it's kind of taking it away.
Yes,
you know, to see, you know, the authenticity of what we're doing here, and not try to either over dramatize it or over simplify it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing simple about being out here.
It doesn't seem like it, no.
And to dramatize it is just silly. Because it's not real drama. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know, I want it to be real. I want it to be how Sarah and I are. And how you see us interact in our videos is how we interact together and off camera.
It seems that way. It really does. I think you both have, you know, we use the word charisma. It's not quite the right word, but you know what I mean. And I think people can get your authenticity. When you talk about the idea of intros, that's a great tip. I know a lot of our friends won't like to hear it, but when you take the intros out of your videos or cut them very, very short, videos might do better. I've had the same success myself. Everything doubled, tripled, and quadrupled the second I took them off.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Just Jason Keto. I keep saying Just Jason Keto and More. That was the name of his channel for a long time. He changed it a while back to Just Jason Keto. And he was talking about the idea of branding and the idea that if we're... I don't want to encourage anybody to change their names, but if it's something you've really thought about for a long time and insist that that's the right move, then it's easier to do it now than when you have 100,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Because people may not, be aware when you change your name. So it's something we think about. Just Jason Keto and More is doing quite a bit on his channel. He's got a premiere coming up tomorrow. I've got the notification on for that, and I hope everybody will connect with him and get ready for that premiere. He's been experimenting with different dates and times to see what kind of engagement comes through. Just Jason Keto now is working on 6,000 subscribers, and this creator is the channel is keto based, right? So a keto based diet or lifestyle, healthy eating, healthy living. He's got a lot of recipes here. What I like about his recipes is that they only feature a few ingredients. They literally are simple, easy to make, and only take a few minutes, literally. He's also got a lot of product reviews on the channel, so he might review something like a barbecue or an air fryer, or unbox a GoPro, or take us on a trip if he's traveling somewhere. But he's also got a lot of product reviews when it comes to the idea of products we might see marketed towards a keto-based audience in grocery stores and health food stores. He can give us some insight about the ingredients, both in those product reviews and his recipes. He's willing to head out hundreds of miles away to get informative content from places like Ketopalooza. He's got a lot of guests that join him on his channel, both in videos and live streams. Then they share their life experiences, their tips, tricks, trials, and tribulations as well. When we look at live streams here, we know that Just Jason Keto is on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, including yesterday. And occasionally he has guests on with him during these live streams. He might even do a panel with a handful of different other fellow YouTubers, or a cook-along live stream with a multicam setup, which is really cool. He tries to change things up for his audience as much as he can. And then he's got shorts on the channel as well, and a lot of these give us a hint about healthy looking grilling shorts that have gotten into 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 views, one over 22,000, and I promise you that one is entertaining. I've seen it myself. Let's spin the wheel.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. Reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Next is Makeup Mom and Son, who's been a dear friend to all of us for almost 5 years now, and she's been with us from the beginning. This is a creator that has not gone through a lot of changes in the channel. She's just got a lot of different types of content, and it looks like she might have done a new banner. Forgive me for not realizing how long ago that banner might have been done. She's got her son Kate in there. He's got a channel as well. We'll look at that in a quick second here. When we look, oh, pardon me, we're going to talk about her content in a quick second here. Is Gloria's platter celebrating a birthday, or did I miss that? Pardon me. I'd just love to know in the chat if somebody's got a birthday going on. And forgive me, my allergies are just starting to get on me now. I'm allergic to everything. And then Makeup Mom and Son is well over 3,000 subscribers. I've been talking about that kind of thing throughout the stream today. Makeup Mom and Son started with a lot of makeup and get ready with me type videos, and has really expanded the content on the channel over the years. She's gotten into a lot of product reviews, taste test challenges, lots of unboxing videos, sometimes subscription services, but she really mixes things up so her audience has different things to see all the time. So she's doing a pizza review here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list so I can try to keep caught up with her channel. She posts frequently though, so it's kind of tough to do that. She's got lots and lots and lots of friends that she has featured on the channel. Now, shorts over here give us a look at some of the elaborate makeup looks she's given. She had this one video I remember doing really well, the 37,000. She's got another one that's long topped it at 61,000 now. But this gives you an idea of how seriously she takes the fun that she has on her channel, if that's a way to put that. A lot of elaborate makeup looks there. And then live streams are interesting here because sometimes it's Makeup Mom and Son herself. This is Michelle. And then she's got a lot of guests that have joined her on her channel. There's the how-to lady right there. There's Danielle and James from Unstable TV. I was honored to have been featured in her interview series, and you'll see a lot of familiar faces. She's done a lot of panels too, and I've joined her both on her channel and with other people many times. There's Corinne Pierce, Hilda DC's on there, and many other friends. I think Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More has been with her many times. Hopefully everybody will connect with Makeup Mom and Son. She is monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And I'm going to show you her son's channel. Caden Plays It is from the son of Makeup Mom and Son. And of course, Mom's helping out with the channel, but this creator is going to bring us more unboxings, more product reviews, some video gameplay, and some shorts on the channel as well. One of which has got over 2,000 views, which is great to see. A live stream, hopefully we'll see more in the future. That was Roblox right there. And you see that this creator is having fun bringing us different types of content. So hopefully everybody will connect with Caden Plays It, and I'll spin the wheel.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then pardon me while I'm looking at something in another window here, but Michael's Adventures is coming up, another beloved and dedicated moderator. He dropped a premiere right before we started today. He typically drops videos every day, sometimes twice a day, and occasionally 3 times a day. He's got over 4,000 videos on his channel in total, as you can see. And this creator is bringing us a combination of videos and shorts, but Michael's Adventures is featuring a lot of nature and wildlife. He's got daily visitors, including raccoons, deer, foxes, opossums. He's got bird watching on his channel, and he's been doing a lot of walk and talks around his area lately, and I'm always happy to see this kind of thing. He'll give us updates about what's going on with him and a great look around his area. Michael's Adventures as well in the shorts videos has got some more variety. Sometimes he's scratching lottery tickets. Most often he's outdoors, and then once in a while he's got a slot game that he'll play on a phone or a tablet. We see that with 300 views. I was going to say 6,300 views over there. Of course, he's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and he's over 1,600 subscribers now. Cruz Bolero's coming up, but we've got another channel in the house. Peyton Samuels, I think this is your first time here. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Oh, Michael's Adventures, forgive me, I didn't see that this time. I'm on Instagram a lot more than Facebook or anything else. I'm on Instagram all day, and then Facebook some of the time, and then Twitter occasionally is the truth about that. And then I just got a lot more messages today than usual, so I missed that one. When we look at Cruise Bolero, we see a creator who's here with us just about every single day. They're going to bring us cruising, lifestyle, and travel. A lot of videos are featuring the creator herself, as you can see. Up to a month ago, they've been posting, but fairly frequently, at least once a month. We always want to try to get that up to once a week if we can. Having a video a week is enough for a channel to grow organically by itself. And then the things we do here just speed that up. But Cruise Bolero has also been incredibly supportive to other creators. First of all, I run into them constantly. They got 1,800 views on a happy birthday shorts video here, which is really cool. And then a couple of live streams over here from a couple of months ago as well. Hopefully they'll keep those up. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and we see that they're halfway on the official road to 500, which is an important and exciting milestone in all of our YouTube journey. So we'd love to get them a little bit farther. And then Peyton Samuels, thank you so much. It's great to have you here then. And Chocolate Drop is somebody who's not new to Tuber Chat. They've been a friend of ours for many years.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
I talk often about the friendships that are built here in Tuber Chat. It's really the magic in the chat here that makes that work. And I'm always happy to see friendships that flourish, not just with myself and other creators, but with other people as well. I notice it in the conversations that happen both here in our chat and then outside in other premieres and live streams. Chocolate Drop is somebody who's been carrying on a fun inside joke with me for a long, long time. They call me Mr. Customer Service, and I'm sure it's because of the way that I talk, but I always enjoy my time on their channel as well. And Chocolate Drop's been a dear friend for years. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list right now so I can catch up with their channel. But you see, they're going to share love, life, couponing, and much more. They really bring us into their home and their life. They take us out to CVS, even though I'm Canadian. Yes, I know what that is. And I believe I've been there more than once. And they take us for some of the looks around the stores. They do a lot of cooking. That's what they've been doing more than anything lately. I've caught them for a couple of live streams. They've got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 12,000, 13,000, even 49,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams, this is what I'm talking about. I recently caught them for quite a few cooking live streams, and they've got a Sunday dinner one here. Too bad I missed that, but they're working on 1,700 subscribers. They're pretty much tied with our friend Michael's Adventures right now. Hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,700 they're thinking about. Am I right about that? Did I say Michael's Adventures, or he had much more, right? What on earth was I thinking there? I'm trying to move too fast now. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, 16. Look, 16, 1.61, and Chocolate Drop has 16.1. So it's up to the two of you to get another 100 viewers, subscribers.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Crafty Witch 232 is coming up right now. This is a creator who pretty much streams almost every single day. They've got a lot of creativity on their channel, and they actually let us know when we look at their About section about the different types of things that they do when it comes to creativity: cross-stitching, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and a lot of sewing as well. I've seen them create a lot of 3D printing and crochet together. It took me a minute to really figure out what was going on with this channel because of the elaborate things that we see them making, which I've come to learn they sell also, which is interesting to know. It looks like they're doing some, I was going to say diamond painting, but it's cross stitch actually. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,100, 1,200, and then another couple at 10,000 and 13,000 with a lot of pop culture references here. Then live streams on the channel as well. And like I said, they're on almost every day, usually creating. Once in a while, they'll play a video game like Animal Crossing. But they've got a vibrant community, and they've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, to say the least, not just here, but throughout the Tuber Chat community. I see them out in other people's premieres and live streams all the time. Our music channel is just firing up right now, and I dropped a link for this a couple of times. I'm going to do it again right this second. Anybody can go over there anytime. We still got a couple channels to look at here, and I'm going to leave the stream running for an extra 3 minutes like we always do, so that everybody can clean up their connections here before going over to the music stream. We'll keep that going for an hour. Gives you an extra hour of connecting time. We connect with each other the same way we do here in Tuber Chat over there, but there's music playing, a video game going, and I'll have the video game on in a couple of minutes. My other computer froze here, so I can't control it right this second until we're done here. The second I can, I'll get the video game running over there, but this gives us another moment to look at another couple of channels. So Canadian Family Life is up right now. And if there's a curfew, Canadian Family Life was an hour ago, because mine's coming up. Canadian Family Life brings us a lot of homesteading content, and they come from New Brunswick, so they're going to bring us a lot of food bank grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos, Happy Meal, and shout outs for other creators. They have got challenges between husband and wife. They're getting into a lot more vlogging now. They did some of that at Christmas. And then Tiffany's husband, Chris, has got a channel of his own called Chris's Creation Fun, where he works on solar equipment, does a lot of 3D printing, and other do-it-yourself videos. The family's jumping in and out of all the videos and live streams on this channel, and they've got a lot of shorts as well. These have done well, especially the outdoor content, getting into 2,800 views on a couple of them, and then 5,600 on another with some winter weather there. Then they've got live streams, and Tiffany's on occasionally, usually every month or two. And this creator is another one that's so supportive to others. They can go live whenever they want. They'll get a flood of support coming into their channel. And Canadian Family Life has been featured on dozens of other channels as well. I've seen them in thumbnails and live stream panels, like StreamYard panels, all over the place. It's probably the reason that this is one of the fastest growing channels in the Tuber Chat family. They got their first 3,000 in just barely over a year. And Tiffany's here with us for just about every single stream, and as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate everybody's time. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We go through as many as we can in a 3-hour period. We're back on Sunday, and then I'll figure out my schedule. We'll set a few more streams in advance. I hope everybody will come over right now so you can continue connecting in our copyright-free music stream. The link is pinned, but I'll drop it again in another moment. We're actually going to slip one more channel in because Yali Motivates is still in the chat. We always put members onto the wheel as soon as we see them. Not least today, Be Amazing Sylvia, we heard from earlier when I played a clip from her episode of our interview series, which is actually upcoming. I've already filmed it, just haven't finished editing it yet. When I do, I'll get it set. We'll put it out a week or two in advance so that everybody can catch that as a premiere. But Be Amazing Sylvia is somebody who's been with us from the beginning, very knowledgeable in the YouTube journey. She continues today to help people connect in a similar way to what we do here in Tuber Chat. Now, Be Amazing Sylvia's got pure variety on her channel. She does a lot of talk about healthy eating, healthy living, supporting for others, a lot of spiritual inspiration and motivation on her channel. She's got shorts over here as well. And she found a magic formula a while back. We talk about that in the interview series. She's got a lot of shorts now, one over 250,000 views, one at 264, another another one at 681,000, and another one at well over 750,000 views, which is great to see. She continues to post shorts today, and she's got live streams on her channel frequently. A lot of these ones where they're talking about going viral. It's a shorts series where the live streams allow you to connect in a similar way to what we're doing here. Now, Be Amazing Sylvia has a second channel called Sylvia's Daily Motivation. Am I right about that? Am I mistaking the name? Let me get to it through her channel. If I go to the homepage, she features channels here, which is a great thing you can do. Sylvia's Daily Positivity. Forgive me. We're at the end of the stream, and I'm desperately trying to hang on here. Sylvia's Daily Positivity is a channel she started with her daughter. We get a chance to get to know both of them, but she continues today with positivity and motivation, especially in shorts videos here that we see getting into 1,700, 3,100 views. She can help you with weight loss as well, as she's got a side business that seems to be thriving these days, and I've connected with her and partaken of some of that as well. Next up, Yali Motivates is coming up, and we'll see what this creator's got going on. They're brand new. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take their latest video, put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch their video in full. I'll leave them a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and hopefully they have our notification bell on as well, so they don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Forgive my quick exit today, but again, thank you for everybody's time. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I hope you'll connect with our moderators if you haven't already. Each one of them is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other, and you'll meet lots more friends when you connect on their channels. I got one more friend to look at right now. Coastal Water is still in the house. Her and her husband are both incredibly supportive creators. They have been for years. Coastal Water is going to bring us a lot of cooking videos and a lot of family togetherness. She could take us out on an adventure or bring us into the kitchen. She's got a series called Cooking with Coastal. She's got shorts on the channel that feature a lot of variety. One of these has gotten into 10,000 views, and she does almost daily live streams called Car Confessions, where she brings us about her day. We get an opportunity to meet Backlash Fisherman, her husband, who's also a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here, and of course Panda in the back there. Let's look at Backlash Fisherman right now. He has some similar content to what his wife is doing, and Matt is the creator behind this channel. He's a first responder. It's fishing first over here. He brings us fishing in all the ways that you can. And then when we get to shorts on this channel, we see even more variety, getting into almost 4,000 and well over 6,000 views. Then live streams feature a lot of different ideas. He could be on the road, he could be catching fish, he could be doing a StreamYard panel and having a hobby hangout, or he could be in the kitchen. And Backlash Fisherman is working on 1,800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther. We don't do moderators for every channel here. Peyton Samuels, that's why we can't do links. It's much more beneficial for everybody when we search, find, and click on each other's names. The channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. Forgive my quick exit. Hopefully you'll join us on the music stream, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Come Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.